Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
All right. Good evening, family. If you are lucky enough to be watching this on one of the, what do we got? 1, 2, 3 Facebook channels up there. Well, yeah, you're lucky because a lot of people can't find it on here, guys. And yeah, so I just suggest anyone who's watching this or sees this, Rumble, Mel Graham. All right. And we're on all the other platforms. But yeah, this is, we're getting crazy, guys. We're getting really highly sensitive. People trying to find the show and can't, and this, that, the other. Yeah, good show, Vasavo, Beck. I watched your show, shared it out. Yeah, it was good. Righto, guys. So I done a little Father's Day thing on Facebook and Twitter. I put it up on Twitter and a few other places. And yeah, just share it out, will you? Because it's not for you dads on here, probably. It's well, some of you might be. But yeah, more for just the dads out there to get them to wake up, you know what I mean, and come to the aid of their children, which is, you know, really needed at the moment, guys, because we know what they're doing. We got a bit on the show tonight. Beck just done a great show this afternoon about the indoctrination of the kids and what's coming for them. And yeah, we got to be aware of it. So yeah, now we've had big winds, fires. So anyone out there in the mayhem of the Matrix, guys, like yeah, be safe. Okay, there's a lot going on, especially down in Tassie and that too. So all right, let's have a look. I haven't been on here for a little while and had a pretty easy weekend, guys, but I got a couple of things from this morning. So we've got Tasmania, like I was saying, millions brace for chaos, wild, you know, wet order. So it's going to be a little bit hectic by the look of it. They're going to start pushing this weather thing. We know they can, guys. You know what I mean? That's what they get up to, and that's what they do. So we've got a, you know, a dim-witted environment minister refuses to explain why she blocked $1 million gold mine. All right. So, you know, again, you know, we're just insane. You know, it was Tanya Plibersek, right? Her again. She's in here again. A decision to block $1 billion gold mine in New South Wales on cultural heritage grounds. Well, they can't have us producing too much gold, can they, guys? But anyway, you know where to go to. All right, just find out what that was, guys, and off you go. go and do a bit of prospecting, grab your little claim, you know what I mean? And they're not going to get to be able to do it. So why don't we? We'll get the gold out of there one way or the other. So yeah, happy days, you gold prospectors. Research that one and head out there, I reckon. Victorian government allows changes to short stay levy bill. So again, guys, all right, they're just screwing it in on you. All right, these are video articles, but yeah, it's just the way that they're going about everything. You know, they're just starting to squeeze everyone. The rental things are changing, right? And it's all going to what? To discomfort you, kick you out of your home, get you out on the street, which is exactly what they want. You know what I mean? They just do not care, guys. And that's what we're seeing more and more of. So there's a couple other little things up there, but there's nothing. Albanese, what's up? You know, like, here we go, hang on. All right, hilarious Albanese government disinformation portal backfires. Well, we had talked about that, but yeah, it's out all over the weekend on the news shows, guys. They're just laughing, right, at you know, how it's just absolutely backfired on them when everyone just dobbed in the Labor Party. So well done again, guys. All right, it's looking bad out there. All right, Cazz, come in, Dale. It's looking pretty horrific out there, but Cazz and I were again talking in before the show went on. And remember, guys, you know, when these guys are looking good, all right, and we're, you know, when they're showing that they're looking really strong, guess what? They're weak, okay? And that's probably a bit of where we are now, Cazz, eh? We're watching them try everything, you know what I mean? But if you look at the art of war, yeah.
That's right. No, well, the art of war is basically, it's all about deception. All war is based on deception. And so when they're looking strong, that's when I'm actually most confident to know that we're actually, it's when we start looking good on our side, I start thinking, okay, well, there's something we're basically puffing ourselves up to look bigger than what we are. But when we're actually flopping around and looking like we're losing at every turn, that's when I know that we're actually doing really well. So yeah. But we got heaps of news around the place.
And we are, there's heaps going on. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't, as you say, we can't keep up with it all. But anyway, go.
From the local rag, you're not going to believe this. Now, this is Junee Jail, so that's like half an hour up the road. Pack leader accused of running jail abuse ring. It was a child pornography ring that he was apparently it was huge. I've been told on the side that it was a hugely wide ring, and he was running it from his prison.
Unreal.
And New South Wales Police from the New South Wales Protection Investigation Team created strike force edits in April. So to stop the production and distribution, to investigate the production and distribution of child abuse material in the state's prisons.
Wow.
So there you have it, guys.
In the mainstream. Beautiful.
Well, one column in the mainstream, it should be all over the place, but it's not.
Well, it doesn't matter. We've got another column out of the mainstream there from the Sydney Morning Herald. You got that one there? The about the
where is it? Here.
There we go. Flick that in. Here we go.
Librarians. Yeah, librarians quiz kids on gender. Children as young as 5 will be asked if they identify as a he or she as part of the new taxpayer guidelines to be rolled out in state public libraries.
Taxpayer guidelines. Hey, really? Who's paying taxes to fund this illegal crime? I wonder. Anyway. Unreal, guys. I done a little Father's Day rant yesterday, all right? It was about 15 minutes on Facebook. It's had a lot of views, all right? But again, it was about, like, we got to stand up for these kids, man, because they're coming at them. They're going to be knocking on your door soon saying, what, you don't agree? Sorry, but you're in jail. They'll take your kids, all right? They're passing laws left, right, and centre. If you watched Beck's show this afternoon, you would have got a lot of information out of it about what they're just up to. And it's horrific, guys. So all you dads out there, you fathers, all right, it's well timed to stand up and protect your kids and your wives and your daughters.
And on that, that's right. And on that as well, now we've covered this case. We've actually had Pastor Paul on the show. We've interviewed him. And so the child protector, so Patrick O'Day, was found guilty on Friday. Now, remember that situation was basically there was a child that was being terribly dealt with, and they were trying to rescue her. He was trying to rescue her with the grandmother and the mother. And anyway, he's been found guilty. But what they're asking for those of you who are willing, please write a signed character reference and letter expressing any concerns you have about the verdict, and send it to Pastor Paul at paulrobertburton.com by Monday.
Let's get onto it, guys. Let's get onto it.
Yep.
All right,
Tuesday,
we got to help
he's being
out everyone we can.
Yep, he's being sentenced to Brisbane Court tomorrow, Tuesday. And also, Rocco's mention is on Thursday at Burwood Court. All right.
Yeah, and there's something on. Hang on, there's something on at Wollongong Court tomorrow. I won't name anything, but yeah, if you're any freedom fighters around like to turn up down there, probably be well deserved and well thanked. Okay.
All right, so we've got so many Forest of the Fallens. Our people are amazing. And look, let me just apologise for this. This was sent to me last month. This is from Jody B. Love, and it's basically how to turn a peaceful, non-belligerent walk through public space into an absolute shit show. Videos are really good, but anyway, I just apologise. And that's for anyone that sends me stuff. It's just really hard to get to everything. And sometimes, because if I'm not connected with you on Facebook, it actually doesn't even come through. It goes to the message chat, so I don't actually see it. So this was last month, but thank you, Jody. And just keep on sending me stuff as well, because eventually I will see them, I hope. It's
yeah,
just
we get a lot of stuff in, guys, but yeah, thanks for it. You know what I mean? That's, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just, yeah, you got to, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
it. All right. So, all right, Renegade Rosie was at it in Manly. Here she
Good
goes.
on her.
For Forest of the Fallen again, it's Father's Day, and we've had quite a lot of feedback already and a lot of gratitude for doing what we're doing. I'm trying to raise awareness on the fact that nowadays, since 2014, the number of vaccines that pharmacists can give without a prescription from a doctor has radically increased. You can walk into a pharmacist now and get an MMR, COVID-19, COVID booster, flu vax, DTPA, meningococcal, HPV, typhoid, herpes, Japanese encephalitis, varicella, polio, Hep A and Hep B by simply walking through the door, and the pharmacist is free to suggest you take any one of those or give any of those to your children without a prescription from a doctor. Personally, I think that's quite a dangerous place to be, because the remuneration for all those vaccines is quite significant, and one would hope there won't be any malpractice, but how can you be sure?
All right, now this was also at Morisset.
Unreal, people.
So here we are at Morisset Lions Park. It's a lovely lady
folks.
here who comes here every Saturday and puts these out.
In front of the chemist.
Yeah, good on her.
It's
Beautiful.
a bit windy here today, and the lady has said she hasn't put them all out. She's here on her own, and it's a massive job for her to put them in and take them out. Forest of the Fallen here at Morisset Lions Park every Saturday at 11 o'clock. Just as we got out of the car, we parked in front of this chemist over here, and we noticed a sign that said COVID-19 vaccinations, flu vaccinations. So this chemist is still giving out. This is the reason why the lady says she has it here. She's made the chemist aware of what's going on, and he refuses to let her into the shop.
Refuses to let her into
Yep.
the shop.
Well done, guys.
All
Just
right,
keep
now-
fighting. You're making a big
this
difference out there. Yep.
Yeah, doing amazing jobs. And this is the final one. This is from Singleton.
G'day folks, it's Saturday the 30th of August. We're just doing another Forest of the Fallen at Singleton. Very tragic stories, some of these, all people injured, and some have died actually from medical experiment imposed on all of humanity. So we're just trying to raise awareness to what's actually going on throughout the world. I think a lot more people now can see things aren't okay, and Yeah, so anyone that's unsure, you just have to look at. We've got 540 lined up here. That's just a very small portion. There's millions injured and died worldwide.
We'll leave that
Unreal.
there,
Well
but
done,
also,
Brad. Yeah.
yeah,
And then
also
here we
what
go.
I,
Look at this. Yeah, look at this.
yeah. So Aussie dies suddenly while on gap year in the UK. That's number one. Soccer world in shock after 19-year-old rising star suddenly dies in her sleep. 7 high school footballers have died already in August. They're kids. They're kids and teens.
Yep.
This is the basically the biodiversity distribution of the mRNA COVID shot, and you can see basically where it basically settles is really bad. Now, this is really important, guys. I want to know if Japan is cookers. Okay. So what's actually happened here is the Japanese citizens were left stunned when NHK, that's Japan's largest national broadcaster, on the 28th of August, aired an hour-long comprehensive report on the harms of the COVID-19 mRNA vax. The program received messages from over 2,000 viewers revealing that the extent of the harms was greater than previously believed.
Well, I'll eat with a Japanese cooker any day of the week because they cook good.
They do cook good.
Yeah.
But like you got a whole country now that basically are cookers. Now, also this was tabled in Parliament. A 7-year-old and a 9-year-old Australian children dead after the injection. And you've still got the situation where the vaccine fanatics are still refusing to believe it. You've got this situation where this lady was offered. I'll let her tell a story.
I was 35 years old when I became paralyzed by my Moderna shot. This has been confirmed by doctors, both in writing, in my documents from the hospital, and in an audio recording with my mineralogist. I have the first lawsuit in North America for $45 million against Moderna. Yet this is not being told. The mainstream media cannot and will not ever tell you these things because they are paid by the drug manufacturers for their commercials telling you to go get vaccinated when this could happen to you. I was healthy. I was doing well. I was doing things like a normal person. I have a son who was 7 at the time. I worked at a school for the York Region District School Board. I now have no job. I have no bowel function, I have no bladder function, I have no movement below the waist, and I have limited arm function. That means I'm stuck in a wheelchair. I'm stuck in my bed, I feel lots of pain, and they offer me medical assistance in dying. In other words, in Canada, they told me it's better to die because we don't have treatment. I was offered this 3 times. You don't mess with a mom whose son has been taken away. No, CAS didn't come and take away my son. He had to go live with his father because I had to move somewhere where my big clunky wheelchair that's like this and big and huge and has all these buttons on it and can't fit into my 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3-story house. I had to move away from my little son. So I don't get to see him. Only three times in the summer for weeks, and his dad and I get along great. This is a big problem. This could have been you. Canada will do this to you. If you keep getting your shots and you don't help people that have been vaccine injured and the vaccine injured don't step up and talk together, this will not get better. It is a crisis. Wow. It is a healthcare crisis. There are people dying all around. They want to send me to long-term care or tell me to kill myself with medical assistance and dying. I don't want to die, but I also don't want to live like this. If you can help, go to www.opkayla.ca and find all the information on my case and much more.
You evil mothers. Man, it's just like, it's crazy, isn't it? Like when again, we know everything, but when you look at it like that, that could be any of us, anybody that, went and took this filthy inoculation, and plenty of people fell for it, especially the first round. Wow.
This is being reported by the BBC. Israel agrees to pauses in fighting for polio vaccine drive.
And we think this is real, guys, all right? They've gone for the kids here. Have a look at it.
Yep. Yeah. Unbelievable. Now they've had multiple reports of the SV40 being into. There was actually 1 million doses of SV40 that was in the Salk vaccine that was shipped into Australia. And the reason why they like the SV40 is because it sits in between the cells and then it's triggered by hormone changes. So what would actually happen is you'd work all your life, you'd get to retirement, you'd basically retire, and then suddenly your hormone changes, and then it would move into the cells and cause cancer. That's the cancer-causing virus that's actually talked about in Dr. Mary's Monkey, that book.
The technology that they have is unreal, guys. All right, it is a spiritual war. Get yourself covered.
Well, that's right. You know, so anyway, now that on that as well, you've actually even got the published articles that like there are these published articles with where is it, the Qatar incident here? You know, Qatar incident, how America's first polio vaccine led to a growing vaccine crisis. So basically 200,000 in children in 5 Western and Midwestern USA received the polio vaccine. It caused 40,000 cases of polio, leaving 200 children with varying degrees of paralysis and killing 10. So
what do you say? And people are running out to get the devil's juice. You know, they're still selling it. It's unreal. You know, wow, like just wake up, people. No more. I said it on my Father's Day rant. No more vaccines, no more anything, especially your kids. But you as well. But yeah, your kids, man, no more vaccines. Robert Kennedy's going to get it all out there. God's angry, all right. God is angry. He's very angry.
Right, and we found the culprit. So now, this is the guy, and he's basically he's a podcaster who runs the Brian Madigan show, and he was the one who suggested to his people that you go and lodge government against the misinformation bill, and so people did. They were inundated with it. So salute to you, sir, and kudos. Well done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's all it takes. All it takes is one person to inspire, and then everyone gets on, and bang, yeah, big backfire, big backfire.
This Migration Watch have put this out, which is interesting.
Alan Gamlin from the Australian National University has called for the establishment of a National Institute for Migration. He will say that this will combat myths and misinformation around immigration into Australia, which is hilarious because prolifically people like Alan and the Australian National University are the worst offenders. Pro-immigrationists are often the worst offenders when it comes to misinformation on immigration into Australia. So this will obviously just become a tool to stifle debate and discussion around immigration into Australia. People like Alan and the ANU and others are constantly telling us that mass immigration doesn't affect house prices, rents, or wages. These are blatantly false and ridiculous notions. So the fact that they are setting up this institute says to me that they are scared that they are losing the argument and will simply just try and stifle debate. This is well worth pushing back on. It's just going to...
Well, what they'll do as well is they'll manage to... they'll put together a study. Of course, they'll garner certain studies that basically, you know, what did he say? Lies, damn lies, and statistics. So that's what it'll be. It's a case of, it could be a case of lies, damn lies, and statistics.
Yeah, so they just manipulate the figures and then put out the report and sign it off, and here it is. Everyone believes it. No one checks.
Well, that's right. But we're all under attack at the moment, like even Germany. But the ADF in Germany has just become the second biggest parliament in the German elections. But you've got this case now. This is Gab. Now, not a lot of people. I've got a Gab account, but I hardly ever use it. But,
yeah, we go to Gab every night.
Yeah, police request data from Gab to identify a German account who labelled a politician, Ricarda, as fat. Like, so there she is, and she was labelled fat, and so they want to know who the offender was.
So if we'd have used the word obese, would we have got away with it?
I don't know. But look, it's just crazy.
You need to get onto a good product, lady. You need to get in contact with me, and I'll give you a good product to get your health back and your weight down, because you are a little bit over. Yes.
All right, we're going to get back to that now.
They're going to lock me up. Yeah.
The Germans will be after you.
Yeah, God, bring it on.
Like, seriously.
Bring it on.
All right. All right, so now this is a guy in the UK. Now he's got a few swear words in it. Just brace yourself, but he succinctly puts down his life in the UK.
All right, sit back, relax, and enjoy. It's called A Day in the Life of an Englishman. Now, picture this. You're in London. It costs more than you earn to live here, so you're slowly accumulating debt. You can't afford a holiday, so you're addicted to drugs just to fucking escape your life. Oh. The weather's shit, the people that live here are even shitter, and they hate each other with a passion, and you can't afford to leave. There's homeless people all over the place. The shops are boarded up because of COVID. Anyway, you wake up one morning to find out your tax is going up because Labour's in. And this is after you, Les, the cost of living crisis, energy prices, interest rates have all eaten that last little bit of extra money you had left over each month from your wage and your outgoings. So now you're proper fucked. And while you're sat there on the toilet in the morning reading tweets from the Metropolitan Police about online trolls and how they upset them, a SWAT team smashes through your bathroom window, straight past you, on the shitter, and goes into your 11-year-old son's bedroom and arrests him for shouting at a police officer. Then your sister rings you. She's recently got fired from her job as a doctor for refusing to ask biological men if they're pregnant. And she tells you that your grandma's just frozen to death because Keir Starmer gave her a winter allowance to a country on the other side of the planet that's wealthier than us to help them with climate change. Oh, yeah. It's all getting a little bit much anyway. And you think, you know what I'll do? I'll nip off for a pint to relax. Maybe I'll sit in the beer garden and have a fag. But while you're doing that, you get barred because that's illegal now. So you decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go for a walk to clear my head. Morning. And while you're on your walk, clearing your head, you get stabbed to death. Yes, stabbed to death violently, just walking around the city. Then the Guardian plasters your face all over the news for randomly jumping on a perfectly good knife 54 times that was held by a choir boy. Then your sister's enraged by this, so she tweets about it, she gets nicked. Your son comes out of prison, all right, and he decides, I'm going to protest it because my dad's dead. But this time he shouts at a police horse, and he gets nicked for that. But the prisons are too full, so they let out Ian Huntley to put him in. Now, the mad thing about this tale is it doesn't even sound far-fetched anymore, does it? It's perfectly believable. I'll tell you why. Because it's all based on true events. Oh, this is our story. This is fucking
Well,
England.
if it's got that bad, we're winning.
Well, there are little indicators of things that, there are little indicators, and one of them is this. Now, remember, Sweden is one of the most embracing, I think you would say, countries as far as immigration goes. Now, this is a really interesting article because they call it embraces repatriation. What they're actually talking about is mass deportation. So
Good.
for Sweden to actually have gotten to that point. Now, remember, they've got whole areas in, I think it's Malmo, where the police can't go. The services cannot go because it's all, basically, it's been taken over by immigrants.
Been taken over, yeah.
Yeah, it's been completely and utterly taken over. But, so when you see little things like that, it's kind of like, what's really going on here? Because that is an absolutely massive move for that country. It's not, now, yeah, it's interesting. Now, also, we have, like, don't you just love the way the politicians have just got so much say and everybody's interested in them, except when they're not and no journos show up like this?
Yeah, how's this? This
I
is
believe
gold,
we
guys.
have
You're Australian.
journalist on the phone.
We couldn't get through.
Oh, okay. No journalist on the phone. All right. No questions?
There's
All in
no
all
one
done?
there.
Great. Thanks very much.
There's no one here. Like, wait, here's another one. There's another one coming. Wait for it.
Are there any questions? Thanks very much.
Any questions? Watch this one. Look.
Now, I don't know
Hey,
whether
they get
I should
paid $400,000 a year to do that.
Yeah, but I don't know whether I should be enraged that the media is actually not doing their job, or I'm still not sure how to actually take that, because there should be people there holding them to account. Or if it's just basically a case of, like, why aren't there any journalists there? Like, that's the oddest thing in the world.
Like
Like
Dan
every
just
mainstream
said,
media.
are the journalists getting out of Dodge, are they? Who knows?
I don't know. I don't know. But it's extremely strange. You know? All right, look, we're almost at past, so I'll bring Beck's flyers in.
If you are near one of these locations, we encourage you to get down there and show your support. First up, we have Mondays at Maggie's from 11 a.m. Macquarie Street, Sydney, New South Wales, to instruct your governor.
Well done,
also,
people.
don't forget that Canberra also gathers every single day at the National Rock Gardens at 10 a.m. If you've got a free morning one day, go down and join them. Again in Canberra, every Saturday at the Little Burley Markets, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m, Forest of the Fallen. On Monday to Friday at 3 p.m. on Twitter or X, there is a daily prayer space with Melissa. The link for that is on this flyer. On Monday, the 2nd of September at 7 p.m. sharp to 9 p.m, a Time to Rise community event with Craig Cole, located at Gowan Bray Community Centre. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but that's in Victoria. On Thursday, the 5th of September at 7:30 p.m, My Place Australia will be running a Empowering Families Australia online meeting. All the information will be found on the My Place Australia Facebook page. On Sunday, 8th of September, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m, we need all bush users to come and spell out no more parks down the road in front of the hotel to be filmed with a drone to show the government we say no to the creation of the Great Forest National Park. That's at the Woods Point Commercial Hotel, which I believe is in Victoria. On the 8th of the 9th at 12:30 p.m, the Biological Reality Matters, say no to self-ID, protect women and children's rights. This has been held at Hyde Park, Sydney at the Water, Fire and Earth Sculpture. On September 21st from midday in Kinglake, West Victoria, Forest for the People rally, save public use of public land and stop the Great Forest National Park. Already don't
Unreal, isn't it?
But there's a lot of people new to the movement that might still be doing that. In order to keep prices low, every month we should randomly pick one corporation and boycott for 30 days just to keep everyone on their toes. Woolworths, Sunday 1st of September, boycott.
Right, so you should actually go to my Sunday morning special, guys, and have a look at moving your little monthly allowance, right, away from that crap and get onto some stuff that will get you healthy, all right? So the Sunday morning brekkie chat with Kim Yater, all right? We've reshared it out there. Go and have a look, all right? And, yeah, help get yourself healthy, guys, and stop you feeding the cabal. Get some rewards yourself. That's what it's about. But anyway, let's go.
All right. We've got this situation in where a machete wielding African allegedly stabs two in a terrifying rampage in Melbourne. So we said it, we knew it was coming, but it's actually been here for a bit. But anyway, so you've also got this situation. Now, this is really odd. This is really odd because there are 14 elections in 14 New South Wales council areas have been called off due to lack of candidates. Now, we had that situation where the Liberal Party had not registered. And it's like they were going, oh, okay, well, we'll just hand it to we've got lots of nasty things that we're going to do, such as bringing things in through the council. So we won't be able to we'll give it to you, like, got Labor guys. You can do that. You can do all the nasty business, and we'll come in 3 years' time as the rescuers.
I said in me Father's Day rant, all right, wouldn't it be good for some people out there to get organised in these communities where there are no people running, jump into that spot and show your kids that you cared that much for them, that you actually took a spot and made a change in council for their future. You know, because we need to fill these holes, guys. This is something we need to take, grab onto. There's vacancies out there, and we got good people on here that can fill those vacancies and make a change. So think about it, guys. All right, get together in a group. You know what I mean? And get someone nominated and get in there. All right, get back into your councils. They're letting you in. They've given you an opening.
And don't know. Like, look at this. This is from Kangaroo Court. This is Shane Dowling's website. So Labor and Liberal politicians are set to make millions from the Australia, UK, I think it is, US money train. It's actually worth 368 billion here, and basically 100 billion as well. Now, he names them. He actually says it's both. It's Scott Morrison, Joe Hockey, Mark McGowan. They're all lining up to cash in on the defence spending. So very interesting. So we need to get people into these positions, but we also need to get people like with eyes on these things. And of course, they'd be doing it legally, so because they always leave themselves loopholes. Oh, Dave, you're on mute.
Sorry, we got to get in there, guys, because this is a big opportunity. All right, we got people out there that are smart enough to do this. All right, you get a few people behind you, get the vote, get out in the community. Come on, it's not hard, guys. All right, we need to take some stuff back. So we should be seriously thinking about this.
That's it. Now, just in strange news, Okay, this was last week, and I was waiting. Oh no, actually, it wasn't last week. Not this one. This one was today. All right, aliens are already here, and they are a threat to us. The Pentagon is covering it up, and I have the proof. The chilling warning from a U.S. Intelligence officer with top-level security. Like, it's pretty incredible. So yeah. But that's coming out is pretty interesting.
Well, when that comes out, I'll be watching for what else is happening over here, because whilst that's getting dropped here and everyone's distracted, going, "Oh, look at that!" We're going to get screwed over there, guys. I can tell you, that's what happens.
I know. All right, Punters Politics has just dropped a new comedy skit, and about 30 minutes ago, I managed to grab it.
Good evening. Tens of thousands take to the streets to protest against Australian mining company Rio Tinto's new lithium mine proposal in a move that... Sorry? We're not covering this. No Australian news outlets are. Why not? Well, I can see on Ground News that 100 other news outlets are covering it. Japanese news is covering it. Finland is covering it. Surely Australian viewers would be interested to... Well, because Rio Tinto's an Australian mining company and... Yes, most of the news sources are government affiliated, yes, but I don't understand why Australian corporate media wouldn't. Yeah, well, of course Australian news needs to be a safe space. Sorry, for who? Our corporate advertisers. And mining companies? Okay. Yes, no, I'm very sorry. I did not realise Mr. Kerry Stokes had mining assets, yes. No, yes, of course I'm on board. You're right. We wouldn't want punters to think that if corporations are exploiting them, that they could use their democratic power to actually influence government decisions. No, we wouldn't want that. Yes, please assure Mr. Kerry Stokes that his mining assets are safe with me. Okay, so what do we run instead?
For 70 years, people have been walking into work at Woodside. These days,
Mate. He's a good little guy. He does that well. You know what I mean? He really does.
Do that well. He does do that well.
Yeah, and like, as you say, this is what's going on, guys. You know what I mean? Like, and, we just got to stop it, all right? We got to slow the beast, all right? Get above their filthy low vibrations that they're banging us with electromagnetic radiation, guys, all right? We all know what's happening, all right? It's the foods, it's the toxins, it's the poisons. All right, and we got to make the change, right? We got to, you've got to make the change. That's what it's about. You are the change. I've said it before. You're the climate change. Well, help change your own climate, and you'll be doing a lot to change the world climate. Anyway.
That's it. All right. So now we've got the Victorian government is accused of indoctrinating kids with fringe theories about sex and gender after the launch. Now we did that a little bit of that, at the outset of the intro, but. Yeah, it's just like it's like they just don't care. It's like they're just pushing ahead no matter what.
Yeah, they got rainbow flags. I'm seeing them everywhere now on advertisements and that. It's just rainbow colours behind everything, the government stuff and all. It's just crap, man.
But it's nobody cares what adults do. Okay, just basically kids should be looking at things like fluffy bunnies and nice things, not things that are basically too complex for them. And we've even had, there's even been psychologists that have actually said that. So, yeah, anyway, interesting times. But, all right, we're at 38. Look, guys, I just wanted to bring in two other things. This is RFK's. Now, remember, he has just joined Trump. Now, Benjamin Fulford has reported over the weekend that he's been told that Vance is going to drop out, and he said JFK Jr. is going to fill the ticket for VP. However, I think he might have made a mistake, and it might be RFK. Don't know. Anyway, but he usually gets pretty good intel. But just have a little bit of a look at this. This is
of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry.
Whatever must be done to protect its own security and that of its allies.
General, we got a message from Khrushchev which said that he would withdraw the...
Now, I'll just go to the end there because we're running out of time. But it basically implies that RFK is the finisher.
Kennedy Jr.
Don't you want healthy children? And don't you want the chemicals out of our food? And don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
news about his uncle and his father as the starters of it. And he goes, finish the story. And basically it implies that him and Trump are going to finish the story. So very interesting. And just
you're going to finish your story too, guys. All right, that goes both ways. That, yeah, Kennedy and that can finish the story. But guess what? You're part of finishing this story. All right, and this story is the story about the team that beat the other team that's never been beaten before. They've never been defeated, guys, and you're on the winning team to actually take them out. Think about that for a minute. Think about it. Seriously. Never ever before have they been beaten. They've never been defeated. They don't know what it's like to taste defeat. And here we are, this little group of patriots. All right, and we've stood up and we've fucking put up with everything they've thrown at us. And here we are in the last quarter, in the last eighth of the game, and we know we got them. We know we got them. So well done, people. Again, we got this.
Very good. Now, we mentioned this a little bit last week, but just keep an eye on it as well, guys. So this is adverse report, and they said, careful out there, the anti-vax movement is hitting hard. This person basically is impersonating the real Kevin McKinnon. Please report and block. So what they're doing is they're imitating people well, we've known this all along, but they're imitating people and they're imitating us. And, Dave and I both had imitations and things like that. So, just be aware. Just be aware that this is what they're up to, guys.
You're in a war, guys. You're in a serious war, man, and the battlefield is going to get crazy. We've been telling you for a long time now, and we've just slowly been telling you what was coming, and sure enough, it always gets here, and they are coming on strong, guys. All right, they got nothing more to do, man. I told you. All right, and they're going to hit every avenue now. They're going to push into the digital ID. All right, they're going to keep up the poisoning. They're going to keep up the chemtrailing. All right, and they're going to go harder at all of it, guys. Right, they're going to knock back the mining projects. They're going to screw down the residential building and up the commercial building. All of it, which we're seeing right now. It's all playing out in front of you. All right, we just got to pull out of the game, guys. That's it. Stop feeding the beast. Pull out of the game. Get yourself back on track. Get healthy, all right, and get above the frequency that these guys are handing out. That's what it's all about, enduring and overcoming. So let's go into another week, guys. The Art of War, you're exactly right. Get onto stoptherot.sackTheLot.org. From there, you can get the Did You Know website. All right. And, then you can, get your brochures and get out there and start waking people up, guys. Come on, another big week. Let's go. We got this.
All right. We've been taken out by the song Quit Killing Our Children.
Yeah.
Quit killing children. It isn't hard. The concept isn't avant-garde. Just don't drop bombs on their schoolyards, you dicks. Quit killing children. Are you insane? Is this some kind of sick and twisted game where you supply the weapons, then shift the blame, you dicks? Well, it isn't complicated, though you'll say it is. Anybody with a conscience has flipped their lid as you send billions of dollars just to kill them kids. It's alright, they ain't white. Quit killing children and I'll tell you how. Arms embargo right fucking now. They'll only do what you allow, you dicks. Quit killing children and you'll win more votes. Then you can buy more stupid fancy boats, and you can keep them boots pressed on our throats, you dicks. Well, it isn't complicated, though you'll say it is. Anybody with a conscience has flipped their lid as you send billions of dollars just to kill them kids. It's alright, they ain't white. So quit killing children, it ain't that hard. The concept isn't avant-garde. Just stop dropping bombs on their schoolyard, you dicks.